Welcome back to Hitman 3. We're on episode 4 of our Silent Assassin suit-only extra stealthy run. What that means is for roleplay purposes, we're aiming to find the cleanest run that we can find, and also follow a few guidelines. One is only knock out non-targets if we absolutely have to. We also want to use as few items as possible. And one thing that I haven't mentioned but is very relevant for this mission is we want to leave cameras intact. I feel like if in real life cameras got destroyed, then a guard would come up and investigate. So I'm not a huge fan of that stealth game trope. So we are going to leave them intact. In this route, I believe we find 3 or 4 cameras, but we are going to avoid all of them as opposed to destroying them. Okay, but our initial steps, and I have seen some other YouTube videos with this route, but we're going to get to the top of the apartment complex, come over to this roof, and there is a camera right up there, but because of because of our timing, it's looking to the right, away from that little railing there, so we can get past it easily. We do want to not run past that scientist. If we did run, he would have a pretty good chance of detecting us. Alright, next we need to drop a coin right about there. We do need it on the tile and not in this main hallway area. We're going to use that to just get a little bit of distance between the target and the bodyguard. I'm not super happy with doing that because I, again, prefer using a limited amount of items, but I do think that it works. And we're going to use that approach for both targets. Okay, so we got a screwdriver because we'll need that. Here we see the code, which is 2552. That allows us access to these exterior keypads. Yep. And we're going over here because we need another tool. A tool/weapon that I think is the most overpowered in Agent 47's arsenal, and that's the crowbar. That's going to actually be our main tool throughout this mission. Okay, we need to enter the code again. Yep, and now we're back in here. Let's go ahead and crouch. So we could actually stay in this room and wait for our target to leave and then just follow, but I think it's a little bit easier to get a good vantage point if we come back into this kitchen area. Okay, so he's slowly making his way out. He's going to find that coin, get a little bit distracted, and allow us to knock out his bodyguard. Alright, we want to be out of line of sight of the scientist. So it's a little bit tricky there. And then there's that camera right there, which I didn't mention, but we avoided easily by just sticking to the right as we came up. But we do need to put the bodies right about there. That'll make sure that no one detects them, including the camera. I do go ahead and close those doors because this guy over here roams a bit, and he can see the bodies if we're a little bit unlucky or if we don't have the best timing. Alright, but now we're set to move on to the second target. Of course, there are a bunch of cameras via drones up on this roof. I don't think the drones really matter. These guys over here, though, they can see us, so we need to be a little bit cautious. But yeah, they didn't even get close to detecting us there, which is good. Okay, well, let's keep going. We'll get on this little construction manifold. No reason to still have our crowbar out. Drop down this bamboo ladder. And we're just about ready for a quick story time from this lady down here. So we could drop down right now, but with the route that I'm using, that's not necessary, and it's just an additional risk. Because what we're going to do is follow her in, as opposed to guessing the code before she says it fully. Okay, so now she's going to go ahead and punch it in, so now we're ready to drop down. Very great security by her, saying the code right next to right next to the door. Okay. But yeah, we're just going to follow her in. We don't have to worry about getting detected here. And of course, speed is not our objective, so there's no worries about getting around her or subduing her or anything like that. I don't know how to feel about this icon. It's either amazing or terrible, but it's certainly memorable. But yeah, if we were concerned about time, then knocking her out would definitely be a better option than just waiting for her to enter the code and walk in. Okay, we'll head over here to this surprisingly unlocked server room.
Use your camera to hack that panel.
So we can use the camera, but we're using the screwdriver instead because honestly I just don't want to use the camera on all of the vents that we're going to be accessing. Alright, this guy over here does roam a bit, so we need to be a little bit cautious. We do need to grab that dongle. That will allow us access to a door that we're going to hack here shortly. There's another camera here. We can avoid it by just staying to the right. And okay, now we're in position. So let's get our camera out. We're going to hack this door.
Access granted.
Now we do need to wait for this this suit gentleman to finish drinking his water. If we went in right now, he would have a good chance of detecting us, so we're just going to sit tight, wait for him to turn, yep, and just go right behind him and the security guard. We're doing that, of course, to get that dongle, which allows us access to this door over here. Alright, we need to avoid the camera, but now we're good to access the door. Okay. So now we're in position to tackle the next target. I am going to hack this panel real quick. That will be helpful later on. And we do need to hack this panel because the camera was right up there. You know, for whatever reason behind this panel. But that allows us to not even worry about the camera. Okay, we do need to get our trusty crowbar out, but our target should be on our way here shortly. Okay, we're a bit ahead of time. She's normally on the stairs at this point, but she's going to, of course, see that coin, and we'll use the same approach for her as we did the first target.
Okay.
Yep. So now she's not paying attention. We'll go ahead and get the card.
Great.
And then we'll get her. Oh, and I should have snapped her neck first before dragging her. That was just my mistake. I have not found a great place to hide these two bodies. So the previous bodies, they will not get detected because no one else goes on their path. Whereas here, we're going to
just give me a second.
Definitely have them get detected if we leave them out in the open. That won't happen until we access the core, but of course that's the final objective, so that's going to come up here shortly. And we do need this tier 3 access dongle as well. But yeah, I haven't found a better place to hide their bodies, but taking them over here at the very least puts us in a good position to get into the next section. And a bit odd that this guy is just so engrossed with his work, kind of like the scientist earlier, but again, stealth game tropes. That's just how it goes. Okay, so we dropped him, now we're ready to hop into this vent here. Okay, so this ladder, can we get on the first try we can? That ladder normally hates me for whatever reason. It usually takes me a couple tries. We will be exiting through there, so we'll keep that in mind and just be familiar with this area during our escape route. Okay, now there's another camera right here. We do need to be very cautious because it can see us unless we're very careful. So I'm just going to take my time. Again, no rush. We probably could have gone through, but I'm never 100% clear on its cycle. So, okay, now it's looking to the right. We do need to wait for the security guard as well. He does a little serpentine through these server racks. So we would be waiting no matter what. Okay. Now we need to get the camera, unlock the store, and now we're ready for some more story time.
You're alone. I'm sealing the room and dimming the windows, 47. No need to worry about intruders. It's all here. Clients, operatives, every hit the ICA ever sanctioned. Enough to shut them down for good. But first you need to locate all files referencing Diana and yourself.
I don't know why these are separate cutscenes. It's kind of odd in my opinion.
Tell me, what did it feel like? Taking lives?
Random. Disorder.
Well, we are here. Basic training starts at 0600 hours. I should leave you to prepare. Perhaps I see possibility where others see limitation. I choose him.
The two of you go way back. I didn't realize that you... I don't know. I get why you want to protect her. So, wipe all the data referring to the two of you from their system before we publish the rest.
This is incredibly inaccurate. They would obviously have some off-site backup for disaster recovery.
Okay, good. I've set up a link to an information non-profit site. When you press that button, it's up there and the whole world will know. There's no undo 47. This will shut the ICA down for good. You really okay with this? It's who you've been for so long.
Maybe it's time for a change.
I'll just return things to normal. No need to alert them we were here prematurely. Shit! I missed that. We're blown, 47. I can hold the doors for a little while. Use the vents to get out. Go, now!
Alright, so now everyone's going to be spooked, but we can get
That means I'll shoot
through
on sight. I'm gonna create
this
some havoc,
area
47. Make
to
the core
escape.
meltdown. Maybe we'll divert their attention a bit.
Alright, we have fire on that end, so we have to go through this way. It's a pretty linear path from here. I don't know if there are better ways to get out, but my understanding is that this is pretty much the only way to go.
All personnel, breach protocol initiated.
Alright, so we're just waiting for this guy right here to turn around. Yep. Now we can just sneak past.
Man, we got nothing.
Warning.
Screwdrivers everywhere. Okay, so we need to head through this vent right here. We can come down through this vent, and that is one approach that I tried, but it's just a little bit slower and a little bit jankier to go through here. Okay, so no one in the area. So we blocked out that window for this part right now.
Nothing tangible yet. Still looking.
Okay, and we're going pretty quick, so no one can detect us at this point.
All personnel.
And again, we're going to head down this ladder for our... Oh, man. I said this ladder hates me, and yeah, it does. Okay, where we're going to head through this area for our escape. Yep, and very convenient way to get out. If you weren't familiar with events, it might be a little bit trickier. But of course we have our trusty crowbar, so it makes it easy to get out of here. Alright, we almost got detected there because of the, I think, noise that we generated as we were busting the door open. But we're in the clear, so nothing to worry about here. The writing skills. Alright, perfect. So that'll do it for this video. We'll, of course, finish this run here with the next couple of missions. If you'd like to see anything else, please let me know. Thanks.